And you're listening live, folks, to Fox Sports on the Road. Michael Cohen here with you. Good morning, everybody. And as we begin your weekend here, we have a tremendous show for you today. We have a very good, tremendous interview, in fact, as we are going to speak with Tom Weatherall, President and CEO of the Make-A-Wish Foundation New Jersey chapter, and Sam Ballard, who is a Jersey Mike's franchise owner. So, guys, welcome aboard.
Good morning.
Good
Awesome.
morning, Michael. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. So, obviously, what's been going on here over the course of the month of March, it is the 15th annual March Month of Giving, which is a nationwide campaign dedicated to supporting local charities. And this is all going to culminate on March 26th when 100% of sales at Jersey Mike's will be donated to the Make-A-Wish New Jersey. And we have both Tom and Sam here to break it all down and tell us what's involved. So, guys, let's go right at it. Um, First question right out of the gate. What is the month of giving really all about?
Yeah, so the month of giving is pretty much why Jersey Mike's exists. We all have purposes as to why, and our brand promise is still above every time. But our company exists 364 days out of the year for our day of giving, which happens in our month of giving every March. Every month, 100% of our proceeds from all of our restaurants, we raise money all throughout the month of March. And then the last day, the last Wednesday of March, 100% of sales for all Jersey Mike's, including the profits, go to charity. So this year, Make-A-Wish is part of the 200 plus that are part of the Jersey Mike's family for all of March, and then specifically on that last day where we donate everything but the kitchen sink to our Jersey Mike's partners.
Yeah, Michael. We're ecstatic when we were notified that we would be the recipient of this year's month of and day of giving from Jersey Mike's, especially because we have experience at this. We have 5 years of experience in this partnership. And to Sam's point of why he explains why Jersey Mike's exists. Why do we exist? It's summed up in our mission statement, which is one sentence: together, we create life-changing wishes for children with critical illness. Together, we can't do this alone, Michael. We receive no government support, and we don't charge our families any fees to have a wish granted. So we rely 100% on the benevolence, the generosity of the community to fuel our tanks, to go out and have the confidence to ask any child who qualifies for a wish, if you could have one wish, what would it be? The day of giving, the month of giving proceeds that come in to us helps us to find more kids to grant more wishes. We can't do it without Jersey Mike's.
Fantastic. Tell us more about how this partnership really got rolling between Jersey Mike's and Make-A-Wish.
I got you. Tom, do you
Okay.
want to start that off?
Sure, Sam. So, as you said, right out of the gates, Michael, how Jersey Mike's. This is the 15th year. We've been fortunate to have been part of 5 of those, and it's not just Make-A-Wish New Jersey. There are several other chapters around the country who will also be recipients of the proceeds. But it's something that is so important to Peter Cancro, the founder of Jersey Mike's, and he's instilled upon all of the franchisees how grateful we are. Peter often goes back to the early days of his first store and some mentors in the Point Pleasant, Greater Ocean County area, who instilled in him a desire to give back to the community. But Peter has taken this to a whole other level. I've been in the nonprofit space, Michael, for over 30 years. And I'm familiar with a lot of corporate partnerships, a lot of corporate giving programs. But the first time that Jersey Mike's notified us that they wanted us to be the recipients of this March Month of Giving and Day of Giving program, and then they explained how it worked. I'd never heard of it before, never heard of anything like it before, because more commonly, more typical are a percentage of proceeds that might come to us or any nonprofit. What Jersey Mike's does on this day, on March 26th, as Sam pointed out, is they turn over the entire register, you know, it's really incredible. It's so unique, and it's so generous, and it will, as I said, help us to go find more kids, grant more wishes. The meaning to us,
Hmm.
we just recently had a study, um, some data revealed to us just last month, February. And we like any good for-profit business, we check the marketplace. How many children might there be in any given year who might qualify for our mission? And from that begins our strategic plan on how to find them and then how to grant more wishes. Well, the results came back that said on any given day, two children in New Jersey, two families are going to be notified by
Hmm.
way of blood results, an X-ray,
Hmm.
an MRI, bone scan, whatever it might be. They're going to be given the results from their physician that their child is facing a life-threatening illness. And I can't tell you, in my 23 years of Make-A-Wish, how many times a parent, a guardian, a grandparent has pulled me aside and said, when the physician told us that in the office, gave us the results, we didn't remember anything else that they said. Their lips were moving, but we weren't hearing them. We don't remember walking to the car. We don't know how we got home. And then eventually, and it's different for every child, every family, the medical community, a social worker, a child life specialist, more often, a nurse, a doctor will come to them and say, we've seen a child like yours, and we've seen where Make-A-Wish has come into their life and has brought impact and has made a difference. And the medical community and our mission fit hand in glove, where we pick up where science and medicine leaves off.
Absolutely.
And so this day of giving, this March month of giving, the proceeds will help us to ultimately find more kids and grant more of the more than 700. So this year will be the largest wish growth that we're anticipating since pre-pandemic years.
To kind of piggyback off for Tom there,
Sure.
the Cancros, Peter Cancro, Tatiana, and family, when Peter bought the company when he was 17, not even legally allowed to slice yet, in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, he opened the doors and he's like, we're giving to give. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to give back. What a lot of your listeners, Michael, need to remember is our restaurants are locally owned. I locally own, Jersey kid, grew up in Jersey, 25 years old. I own two Jersey Mikes with my family. And to Tom's point, the money we raise does not leave the community. It stays in the community. We are a family. When you're awarded a Jersey Mike's franchise, you're awarded a franchise with the expectation that you're going to give back. When we look for sites, we're looking for communities that we can give back to. We're not just making sandwiches. We are giving to give. And it's we always say bleed the juice. You got to bleed the oil and vinegar. And if you're not bleeding the juice in the day of giving, if you're not jazzed up, ready to buy a sub or make a sandwich, I don't know if you're awake yet. And to go back to the point of New Jersey, fellow New Jerseyan, we go big or go home, right? My family's been with Jersey Mike since 2005, and I've never seen the Cancros go home yet. We go big every single year, and it's going to keep getting better and better for the future of our company because of partnerships like Make-A-Wish and Tom.
Which two franchises do you own again?
So I own the location in Hainesport with my brothers, right outside Mount Holly on Route 38, and then we just opened our new location a couple months ago in Bordentown.
All right, so those are the two
outside Trent.
So for our listeners, those are the two locations you got hit up right now.
Yeah. On a personal level, I'm actually a quadruplet, and my whole family's been with Jersey Mike's. Our first jobs, we never left, and it's a great brand. Come out and see us. The brothers and I will be with the family making sandwiches all day. We don't want to run out of bread. We want to barely run out of bread. We're gonna keep pumping sandwiches up. Eat a sub, make a wish. It's as easy as that. There's no gimmicks. And then what's even great about Jersey Mike's is even outside of the month of March, we continue to give outside of that. We give that back to local schools, local charities on top of that. So it's a great company to be a part of. It really is.
Absolutely. Since I'm a sports guy, I like to dabble in numbers, right? So let me give you some numbers here, folks, just to paint the picture here. Since the partnership began, Jersey Mike's Subs has raised over $2.1 million for Make-A-Wish New Jersey. It's helped grant over 250 wishes to children with critical illness in local communities throughout the state. And since the Month of Giving campaign began in 2011, Jersey Mike's has raised more than 113 million from local charities. Uh, Either one of you just want to comment on that and just how this is just, I know both of you have kind of explained it in a way already, but it just shows you how great this partnership is, correct?
That's a lot of tomatoes.
Yes, it is. A lot of lettuce, a lot of tomatoes.
You know what, Michael?
It's
Go
good,
ahead,
Tom.
Sam.
No,
Say it,
good.
Sam. I just wanted to dovetail off what Sam just said. So I love the passion that he has. And you know what? All of the franchisees and all of corporate at Jersey Mike's carries the passion that Sam's representing here today. What a culture! What a culture at Jersey Mike's. So it's not just a sub above and a phenomenal product, but it's also the people behind that product. But he talks about local, and we love that because in our history, Make-A-Wish New Jersey, little bragging, Michael and Sam, and you can look this up, but our national office based out of Phoenix over the 40 now almost 45 years here. This is the 45th year. We'll be celebrating in the fall for New Jersey. We're in our 42nd year, and we are considered one of the leading chapters all nationally of the 57 chapters. And why are we considered one of the leaders? Well, it's not just the castle out in Monroe Township, right smack in the middle of the state, though that is one aspect, with Disney Imagineers helping us to build it. But it's also in our performance metrics. We also take pages from our for-profit cousins as to best practices in business. And that's just one of the reasons. But what we love about this partnership is that we are local. Wherever there's a Jersey Mike sub, we're wildly confident that there's a Wish family that's been touched by our mission, and probably in the multiples, because we're like a pebble. The effect of Make-A-Wish is like a pebble in a still pond, and the concentric circles that go out. Trust me when I tell you that every child has a care team. And I'm not just talking about the medical care team, the hospital, the medical facility, where they're being treated, where they're receiving treatment protocols, but in their nucleus family, in their extended family, their cousins and aunts and uncles, in their neighborhood, their neighbors, the schools, the school system, their classmates, and that it goes beyond and on, parents or guardians, their work associates, all rally around the care of that child getting well. And so it touches hundreds, if not thousands of these kids. So they have a care team, and on Day of Giving, it's a cheering team. There's a rally cry that Jersey Mike's puts out. Come and have a sub or more. and it's an easy way to help us as well, because we'll be part of over 130 of their stores that day.
Absolutely.
And what's great what that makes our partnership successful is you have Tom and his team and the families behind Make-A-Wish who are passionate for what they do, and then you team that up with our brand and our product. We use the same fresh ingredients that you would use making sandwiches for yourself at home. We slice our meat fresh, produce, tomatoes, hand sorted every single day. If you're really busy, like my restaurants, 2-3 times a day, there's a lot of pride in what we do. And just like Tom and his team, it's a match made in heaven for the month of March. If you're a Jersey Mike sandwich, you better watch out because you're not safe come the Day of Giving.
Man, wow. I gotta ask, what's this day like for you guys? When we get to March 26th and it's the Day of Giving, and everyone's jumping in and getting involved, and we're gonna have possibly hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars poured into this. What's that day like for you guys when you go through that?
For me, I think it's great. I mean, day in, day out, I make sandwiches every day. I have the privilege to sit here with you two guys, and I make sandwiches for a living, and I wouldn't change that for a world. I make way more sandwiches on the March 26th than I do any other day of the year, and it's great. The passion, the energy, it's just, it's a privilege to wear the Jersey Mike's logo, if it's a privilege every day, there's a little extra pep in our step on the day of giving. A lot of pride in what that logo represents. My family, the Cankros, 130 locations across New Jersey. Our prep levels are insane. We raised over $25 million last year for just over 200 charities. We're hoping to do more than that again for over 200 charities. It's busy and it's great. It's a good busy. Is it nerve wracking? No, because we know at the end of the day, our customers are coming in because they want to give money to Make a Wish. They want to make a wish with Tom and his team, and they're going to get a great sub above promise on every day, but specifically on March 26th.
Absolutely, Tom.
So, Michael, for us, it's our fiscal year. It's an unusual fiscal year for a nonprofit. Most nonprofits are probably July 1 through June 30th, or maybe January 1, regular calendar year, December 31. For us, it's September 1 through August 31st. And I can tell you, even though here we are speaking in mid to late March with Day of Giving coming up the last week of March, what this does for us is gives us the confidence that with the summer months coming, that fourth quarter, we will grant, or we anticipate granting, 50% of our goal for the entire year in one quarter, which also means the great requirement to have the funds to be able to do that. The Day of Giving, the entire month of giving will put that fuel in our tanks and give us that confidence to go out and find these children so that we can ask them that one magical question that brings our mission to life. If you could have one wish, what would it be?
Exactly. And one story. There are a lot of great stories, but the one that kind of stood out for me was the young man who I believe he had a heart condition, and one of his wishes was to meet Eli Manning and the Giants, and he ended up getting a chance to announce a draft pick last year, I believe. I mean, that's just one of many stories that are great stories that are out there.
Yeah, Michael, Sam Prince. You bring up. So I've been fortunate in my 23 years to be around for a little more than 11,000 of the 13,000 total wishes in our history. The castle has really helped to amplify and get us to grant more wishes year in and year out. But that wish with Sam and the NFL, the New York Football Giants, I can tell you this: we are the Make-A-Wish New Jersey chapter is the envy of all the other chapters when it comes to the type of relationship and partnership that we have with the New York Football Giants, from the Maras and Tishes, and it trickles down to their entire administration, coaches, staff, and their players. That when we call and explain to them, we've got a child wants to have a wish granted, meeting one of the players or multiple, or a Giants experience, or as you pointed out, announcing the draft pick. That was the Thibodeau pick that year. And it was electrifying. But the entire NFL, but really all the major sports leagues, we have strong relationships with all of them. I'm not supposed to pick a favorite. I'm not supposed to pick a favorite, Michael. But I'll tell you, Sam's up there. Sam and that wish to announce the pick at the NFL draft is up there.
Before I get to my last question, Sam, this either one of you can answer this. Both of you can answer this. Have you had a customer come up to you and say, maybe who has been one of those individuals who had a wish granted, and say, "Hey, thank you so much"? Have you had that happen?
I have. Even outside the folks here at Make a Wish, like I said, it's a privilege to wear the logo. The amount of lives that a sandwich can touch is incredible. Like I said, my family's been with Jersey Mike since 2005. We've been part of every Day of Giving, month of giving, and it's just incredible. When the brothers and I were awarded the franchise years ago, we wanted to be with Jersey Mike's because it is a family, and us being able to deliver the givingness and the culture, like Tom mentioned earlier, of a company and of just a sandwich. If you're hungry for a sandwich, I don't know why you would go anywhere else. It's the culture of giving to give. And I mean, it's a privilege to sit here and talk to you guys about how great our company is and our partnerships with Tom and Make-A-Wish, but it's incredible. It's an incredible platform.
Absolutely. Last question. how can our listeners, and I know we're nearing the end of the end of March here and the end of this journey, but how can our listeners get involved and support this campaign as we get ready for the for March 26th?
Well, it's not too late, Michael. There's still plenty of time because it occurs this coming Wednesday, the 26th. And on behalf of Make a Wish, we call out all of our fan club, from families who have been touched by a wish, from like I was talking about, the pebble in the still pond, the concentric circles. You probably, your listeners, end up in one of those groups of knowing a wish child. And even if they don't, they know our mission. Our mission is simple. And we know that they know our mission because our studies, our PR studies, and Morning Consult recently informed us that for the last 3 years running, we were the #1 most trustworthy children's charity nationwide, nationally, the #1 most trusted. So they trust us with their funds. Charity Navigator will back that up. One of the leading watchdog groups for nonprofits, also giving us their highest rating. So we're calling out everyone. Come on out. Call Sam's bluff that he won't run out of bread that day. Come on out.
Go.
Number 7's say, Sam, you and your brother save some number 7 for me. Mike's way, all the way. Little extra juice on that.
I'll tell you what, I'll match his promise. I'll give you the kitchen sink if we run out of bread, Tom.
That's what we want.
And our end of things, Michael, we're still collecting donations, not just for the day of giving. You can go into any one of 130 restaurants and participating locations in New Jersey, donate $1, $3, $5, round up on our app, on our website. You can't hide from Make-A-Wish. You can't hide from us at Jersey Mike's. There's ways to give back. If you can't have time to volunteer because you're too busy eating sandwiches, that's okay too. Come into our restaurants, put your money where your mouth is, eat a sub, grant a wish.
There you go, guys. I want to thank you again. I mean, this is awesome, and I think the only thing I can tell our listeners is this: go out and get a sandwich. It's lunchtime. Go out and get something. Exactly. Go to Jersey, go to your local Jersey Mike's, and support what is a tremendous cause. Really.
You better believe it. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.